Hey, Bass and Bob members, we're here. Hey, what a special weekend we have coming up, right? We got the Big Bass Bash. This is, I don't know how many years now. How many years?
14 years.
14 years Big Bass Bash, $250,000.
Yep.
100 being paid out, 100,000 for the Big Bass. What we want to do here, just in a few short, 5-10 minutes, is I have the Terrell family here. Randy Terrell, you can put that up there, buddy. Marie Terrell, who many of you may or may not know, but she's really the behind the scenes, and Charlie Terrell. These two make this, are the ones who really make this happen. Everybody knows Big Al, but I just want to. We love you, Big Al. Everybody knows Big Al. But here's the deal: as it relates to the logistics, the rules, all that type of information. Really Randy and Marie kind of run all of that. They set all that up. So we're going to ask them some questions. So this is all about everything you need to know for this weekend in the fall of 2019 Big Bass Bash. So let me kick off first with, well, I'll kick off with Randy. Keep it easy.
Here we go. All right.
So tell us, 14 years. And tell us a little bit about the history. Tell us what people need to know for this week.
Well, the history, Charlie and I took a trip to Alabama 14 years ago. Coming back, we fished one of these types of tournaments at Gunnersville. And coming back, I told Charlie, I said, there's nobody in Missouri doing this. Why? We've got as many good fishermen up here as we do in Alabama. So we started it. And the rest is history. It took off. After 3 years, we took some pretty good losses. We guaranteed everything. Yeah. And took some pretty good losses. But it took off, and now it's doing real well. We did well.
Awesome. Yeah. Good deal. Love it. And 250,000, is that $100,000 for the big fish? Is that a benchmark that you guys have been trying to shoot for? I mean, you've done it now for, gosh, a couple of years at that level, which is, that's a big risk on your part.
It is a big risk, and it will turn your hair gray. Yeah, it's our 10th anniversary. We raised it to 100,000, and it caught on, and we just kept it at that. Spring and fall, $100,000.
That's awesome.
There is $250,000 payout. So there's women. There's a division for women, and they can win an extra $1,000, and they also win $100,000. Right. There's a 12 and under children division. They win prizes no matter what, and it's good for them. Between 12, 13, and 17, anybody between that or lower than that, if they want to fish the adult division, they can do it for half price. Instead of $180, they can fish for $90. So.
Cool. And on the kids division, Randy, I know I'm always at the, kind of doing the radio thing at PB2.
Right.
Can the kids fish at any of the weigh-in locations?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it just PB2?
Yeah. Tell them about it, Marie.
Okay. So what are the weigh-in divisions? So what are the weigh-in locations?
PB2, Red Oak, Alhana, Point Randall, and Ivy Bend.
And Point Randall and Ivy Bend. Okay, so in Ivy Bend's at somewhere around
60 miles.
60 miles. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about registration. So today is Wednesday. The tournament is this coming Saturday.
Right.
So what are the time frames, and where can people register for the Big Bass Bash between now and Saturday?
So they can register online at bigbassbash.com until Saturday at 8 a.m. So online, or they can register in person Friday at PB2 Grand Glade State Park from 12 to 8 p.m. on Friday.
And then there's also on Friday registration at Fitz Fishing.
Yep.
Any other places around the lake?
Fitz Fishing, Osage Beach Bait and Tackle, and
Not on
Friday.
Not on Friday.
Not on Friday.
Not on Friday yet, across the
Right.
So
Fitz Fishing and Osage Tackle on Friday.
Okay. So Friday at Fitz Fishing and Osage Beach Bait and Tackle?
Yes.
As well as PB2?
Right.
Okay, cool. And the registration fee is?
$180 per person for 2 days, $130 for 1 day per person.
Got it.
Not to cut Bryant's Outdoors out, they do a fantastic job. It's a good place to go. They got tackle, they got everything. That guy, Ed Bryant, can repair a rod and reel that can't be repaired. And they are taking reservations up until Friday. Through Thursday, they're taking them.
Got it.
So,
And for any Best and Buy members out there that, you know, I'll be at Fitz Fishing with my tent and hot dogs and coffee and donuts in the morning, and we will also have a tent at PB2 with free hot dogs and such as well. So, you know, it's kind of, it's an event. So it's a Friday through Sunday event.
It is.
The way I can put it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, Marie, about some of the things that are important to you. First of all, what time is takeoff? And what are some of the things that you like to recommend to anglers in terms of safety, when they should get out on the water, you know, all that kind of stuff. So tell us a little bit about it.
So first cast is 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Okay. Both days, right?
Both days, 7 to 3 each day.
Okay.
Um,
Safety?
PFAs, pill citrus, all that good
Where
stuff.
are you?
Like rules.
Yeah.
See, she's more about all the behind the stuff logistics. She leaves the
Yeah.
safety part up to,
But I do know,
The big dog.
yeah, you must have your kill switch,
Okay.
and
Life
everybody must
jacket.
have life jackets on,
Okay, cool.
Gotta keep the fish alive.
Yeah.
the main thing.
And what about, how many fish so every angler's fishing by themselves. They're not fishing as a team. But there could be, first of all, how many anglers could be in a boat at one time? Could it be
So
two,
it's
three?
new this year, it's,
Okay.
now the capacity of your boat is how many anglers can be in your boat. And the reason we did that, there's a lot of families, husband and wife with their 2 children. And before they couldn't do it because we had kept it at 3. So now we kept it at just the capacity of your boat.
Capacity of the boat, in terms of the number of people in the boat. That's cool. And then, based on the number of people in the boat, let's say the average is 2 anglers, some cases 3. How many fish can actually be in the live well at any one time?
So it's 2 per person
Got it.
at any one time.
Okay. And so, but you can only weigh in 1 fish during a time period.
Correct.
And what are those time periods?
So the time periods are 7 to 9, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, and 1 to 3.
Got
And you
it.
can only weigh in 1 fish for each time frame. And each fish has to be in its own bag. You cannot combine fish if somebody else is in the boat with you. Each person has to have a bag with their
They're
own
one
fish.
fish. Got it. And tell us a little bit about the bags. I know from being at PB2 in the past, you know, there hasn't been necessarily confusion, but a lot of guys don't fish tournaments and stuff like that. So you want the fishermen to weigh in their fish or bring their fish up. Do they need to use one of your bags?
They don't, they can use their own bag. Otherwise, we'll have bags on each dock.
Got it.
So there's 2 green barrels on at each weighing place.
Blue barrels?
The green barrels.
Are they green?
We switched them over.
Yep.
Okay, you
They were
painted them
blue.
this year? Okay, so this year, green barrels. If you don't have your own bag, you can use your own bag, bring it up to the weigh-in, and that's
Put water in there.
just fine. Put water in them, make the,
That's
keep,
big.
keep the fish. Yeah, keep the fish. Keep the fish, you know, protected, that type of thing, alive. And this year there will be green barrels. So on all the docks where you bring your fish up to, look for a green barrel, and you'll find a bag. Is there a penalty for a dead fish, or do they just be disqualified?
There is a penalty, we will not weigh it.
Okay, got it.
So if you got a dead fish, you must keep it alive.
Got it.
If it's dead, don't even bring it up.
Got it. Cool.
And you know what one huge thing is people care, I've had people try and bring it up without a bag. You have to have your fish in a bag
Yeah,
with water.
With water.
So it
Got
will
it.
not be accepted.
What are some of the other things that you've seen that you feel like, you know, 3,000 anglers fishing this tournament, some high percentage of them may never fish any tournaments, maybe this is the only one they fish per year, or this may be the first year. What are some of the things that you have seen that you really like to talk to the anglers about?
Just I would recommend highly read all the rules. A lot of them that we've seen, each angler can weigh 1 fish per time slot. Occasionally we've had a guy come up with 2 fish in the bag, and unfortunately they're disqualified for that time slot. So 1 fish per angler, 2 fish per man, max at any time in the boat. And the most important thing is be up in line when you're weighing in before that time frame ends. So, for example, 7 to 9 time slot, you want to be up in line by 9 a.m. Otherwise, your fish is going to go over to the 9 to 11. It's really important for the last one, obviously, the 1 to 3 slot, because after 3 o'clock, you're not weighing in.
Right.
Right. So
Very important, be in line
be up in line early.
by the time.
You can't be out in the, you can't be out in
You
the
can't mess
cold.
around the boat.
Before.
Right.
You gotta be up
You gotta
there.
be
in
up
line.
there.
We're actually,
At that time.
there'll be a sign at every weigh-in location saying, you must be past this point to be included in this time slot.
Got it.
So you gotta be past that sign to be included into, in that current time frame.
Got it. What about live wells? So I know the fish have to be alive, but do you have specific rules about what the live well system needs to be? I mean, there's some guys out there trying to cash $100,000 check and they're in a John boat. Does that matter? Or is it just about make the fish alive?
Just keep the fish alive.
Got it.
Basically,
Whatever
that's
that
it.
is.
Just keep the fish alive.
Okay.
However you gotta do it.
Got it.
And most people that are gonna have a live well, they're gonna have, you know what? We've had people out in canoes that had a cooler with a little pump in it. And they, so you can fish any way you want to, as long as it's a boat and you're on the water. Keep the fish alive. You gotta do that.
One of the questions I get asked, direct this at Marie's like, but you'll know the answer to this. So I have a lot of anglers that maybe only fish on Saturday, they can't fish on Sunday, or they fish both days, and you have a great celebration. I'll ask Al about this in a minute. The final day, Sunday afternoon, you have that wonderful, festivity, at PB2 and all that. But I have a lot of guys that maybe, finish the top 15 or whatever in the time slot. Do they need to be there at the celebration on Sunday to get their check? And if not, how do they go about getting their check? Or how does that work?
They don't, only the top 4 have to be there, top 4 overall.
Got it.
And because we do random polygraphs the rest of the time for everybody else, for both
Yeah.
days. So if they can't make it, they can mail their check to them.
Cool.
There's just a form they have to fill out online.
Okay, cool. And tell us a little bit, whoever wants to talk to this, about the polygraph test. I mean, obviously, the integrity of this tournament is significantly important. And it's the only reason you're able to do it for 14 or 15 years. Because the integrity is unbelievable. Never had a cheater, as far as I know. No pros, no guys, nobody that makes money fishing, fishing for a living in any capacity, websites, whatever. So tell us a little bit about the polygraph and how that works and how that is randomly selected, or how you guys go about doing that.
Yeah, so first off, if you made over $12,000 1 year prior to the tournament date, you're ineligible to fish. And there's a few other stipulations, they'll have to read the rules for that. But in regards to the polygraph, we have 3 or 4 polygraphers that pretty much bounce back and forth to all of our weigh-in stations, both Saturday and Sunday. And they pick at random when guys come to weigh in to do a polygraph test. So we, on a typical big bass bash weekend, we'll administer, probably close to 200 polygraph tests. Just to the random guys. The top 4 are mandatory. Once they come over to PB2 on Sunday for the awards ceremony, they're taking a polygraph test. And these guys that administer these tests are some of the best in the state of Missouri. So, and we've had them on board with us for 10, 12 years. So it's we try to keep the highest integrity in this tournament.
And you have.
We all watch out for whatever we can. The polygraph test, we do what we can, and
And it's worked for 14 years, so.
In the early years, before we hired the polygraphers, it used to be Randy just pointing a finger at
Yeah.
the angler and saying, "Did you catch this with your
He
hand?"
would hold the, the old
Yeah.
full stops.
He goes, "Don't you lie to me, don't you lie to
As
me."
I put my 45 out there.
So, just to kind of finalize, I'll ask one final question, but I want to ask Miguel. So Miguel, tell us about just give us your thoughts about the entire event. Tell us a little bit about the event on Sunday, kind of what's that all about, and, you know, your thoughts on some of the things we talked about tonight already about, you know, rules and process and procedure and so forth.
Well, it's a festival. I mean, in the middle of Missouri, in the middle of the United States, the Terrell family has done a great job building it up. 14 years ago, I think he started with 250, 300 boats. Look at it now, it's at 3,000 anglers or more. Missouri is kind of the showcase for this event, in the April event and the spring event, or fall event, I should say. $100,000 for an amateur on one fish, not a limit of fish, which a limit of fish hardly anybody can do, but one fish, one bite. You know, John Odom personifies that. He only had one bite in 2 days. He wasn't even going out on Sunday, and he cashed that check for $100,000. But as far as Sunday goes, this will probably be our biggest award ceremony as far as involvement from vendors.
Still at PB2.
PB2, it'll start up, all the vendors will be set up by 11 o'clock. Breakdown is at 5:30. We'll have over close to 20 vendors down there. Great festivity. At 3 o'clock, Ranger Cabela's pro Jeremy Lawyer will be on stage from 3 to 4. He had a heck of a year as far as winning his first FLW tournament, and then, you know, 2 weeks later he cashes another check for the Costa here at Lake of the Ozark. So a great guy to have. He's just down there in Sarcoxie, Missouri, but it's a festival. It's family oriented. We've got a lot of giveaways for the children. Huxco Construction, along with Lou's and Bad Boy Mowers, they sponsor our children's division, and we all get excited. We love the $100,000 at 4:30, 4:45 on Sunday. But the kids that come up and get their trophies for the 4 species, get their cash, they go over and take a picture in front of that Bad Boy Mower boat. That's really what we like. And then, you know, probably a couple weeks later, we'll have kind of a recap video that everybody looks forward to, and you can see all the sharing and likes and comments. So, just, it's a festival.
And food.
And food, yeah, the Lions Club, Paulie and the boys.
Lions Club does a
Heck of a job. You know, they asked for a donation for Fish for Sight for blind kids, and they do a phenomenal job feeding all the anglers and everything. But it's going to be a great event. If you've never done it before, look it up, BigBassBash.com. You got to do it at least once in your lifetime.
Appreciate that. There you go. Any other final thoughts? Any other recommendations or suggestions for?
Well, I just wanted to, I want to thank Bass and Bob and your staff. You guys do a phenomenal job with this, you know, giving the information, all that stuff to this fishery.
We love this stuff.
I also want to say, you know, this is a family-ran business. A lot of people think, you know, we come down here and throw 2 days before, we throw a couple tubs out and run this tournament. We, you know, me, my sisters, my dad, my mom, you know, we got Big Al on. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money.
Blood, sweat, and tears is right. Right, Bernie?
Oh, yeah.
Just, you know.
Well, we appreciate you guys doing this for 14 years, and I know, you know, I mean, I think anglers, you have to understand, they're standing at the freaking craps table because they're guaranteed $250,000.
You've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
Been there.
Well, let me ask you this, so, for this year, for this fall, what has been kind of the average number of anglers that you've had and what you might anticipate this year?
So we're on track for last fall, which was what, 3,200 anglers, right around there.
That's crazy.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
and,
awesome.
it's drawn, you know, 35 states, Canada,
Canada.
Puerto
Canada,
Rico,
all over California, where? Denver.
That's awesome.
Good money for the local community.
absolutely.
Big time. And, you know, kind of back to, you know, in the details, what's the importance of having a Big Bass Bash t-shirt? So, and where can they get t-shirts? And I have guys sent me an email today to say, can I get one in 5X? You just
Take a 3X and a 2X and sew it up from there.
It was actually 4X, but I just thought I'd give Marie smile.
We don't
So tell us the importance of the t-shirt and where you get the t-shirts and how much they cost.
So the bonus t-shirts are $10. If you come in 36th spot, you would win $125. They are sold at PB2 on Friday from 12 to 8. Fitz's
Fitz Fishing.
Fitz Fishing has them also.
Yeah.
And so does Osage Beach Bait and Tackle, but it's all limited quantity. It's always a,
Very
It's not a science.
it's not a science,
totally get it.
you know,
You don't
I'm the
know
one
what
who
to
does the
buy.
ordering on them. I order
Yeah.
not enough, I order too many.
You can
Early bird
you can only
gets
go off the
more.
last turn.
What you should do is just buy 1,000, order 1,000, and then put them up for auction.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Limited supply.
Right.
Well, year before last, we were 400 short. Last year, we had 400 left
Yeah.
over.
So you're even seeing it. You're even seeing it.
What are you?
And the one last thing too, for those individuals out there that maybe they can't catch that 5, 6, or 7 pounder, remember the even 3s and even 4s.
Yeah.
That's $500 cash.
Yeah.
I mean, that prize money there
Just
is
go
greater than 12 spot, I believe, or higher.
Just
Somewhere right in
just
there,
go
35
fishing,
spots.
right? Just
Yeah,
go fishing.
Just go
Have a
fishing,
good
lay back,
time.
have a good time.
And,
Main thing, have a good time and hope you get lucky.
and be safe and get
Be
lucky. One final thing is, you actually support a lot of charities
Yes, we do.
associated with this event. This is not like all, people start trying to do the math, blah, 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 this registration fee, this much payout, all that kind of stuff. Start trying to do the math, right? Whatever. But you guys support a lot of charities. Tell us a little bit about that.
We support Concord Village Lions Club, which is a 100% charitable club. They don't keep any of it. They don't have a clubhouse. They meet at Holiday Inn. They give everything that they take in goes back to charity. Not only to but local charities. They do charities around the lake. They do charities in St. Louis. We also have been known to give to animal shelters. She's very big on animal shelters. St. Jude's.
USO Missouri.
USO
I
Missouri.
know you guys do some veteran.
Yeah.
Yep. USO Missouri's our spring charity right
Rotary
there.
Club down here.
Rotary Club.
The Children's
The,
Miracle Network.
The Idiots Club.
The Idiots Club,
The Idiots
yeah.
Club,
Clothing for children.
Yeah, and that's not a joke. There is a club
Yes,
here
it
called
is.
the Idiots Club, and it is a big charitable deal for local people around the lake, local children around the lake.
Who need clothing for school.
So I appreciate that, and hopefully all you, Bass and Bob members, Big Bass Bash participants really understand that there's $250,000 being paid out. It's an awesome deal, but also there's a lot of charity involved with this event as well. There's also a lot of behind the scenes efforts that go in, before the year, a year ahead of time to make all this happen. When you see Charlie and Marie and Randy and Big Al, hey, just walk up to them, introduce yourself to them, thank them for what they do, because I know they would appreciate that. And they're not looking for things like that, but they put on a great event.
Oh, hell yes.
We're fortunate to have them here at Lake of the Ozarks. So thank you all very much. Looking forward to working with you all this weekend, and the best of success.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.